Hello there, it's Miles Pitcher with Superior Lending. Thanks for checking out my channel, my videos. Give me a subscribe and a thumbs up if you can. Today we're talking about some changes to the USDA loan program. In my opinion, the second best loan program out there. This number one would be a veterans loan, a VA loan, but I know a lot of you are not veterans. So in many cases, this is the number one best. And I hope to show you today why that is and give you some updates and changes on the USDA loan program. Let's jump into it. So some of the pros of the USDA loan are, number one, there is no down payment required. This is a 100% loan. Phenomenal. They have an upfront fee. They call it a guarantee fee. It's of 1%. And that gets rolled into the loan, and that's lower than what FHA would charge. And then there is a monthly guarantee fee. They call it a guarantee fee. It's like a monthly mortgage insurance. So that gets paid. It is cheaper than FHA. And depending on where your credit score is, it can be cheaper than the mortgage insurance you'd pay on a conventional loan. But since this is a government loan, there is a lower interest rate. These are very much in line with FHA on interest rates, but they are lower interest rates. I'll show you an example here in a minute where we compare all of these, and you'll see how much better the interest rate is. Some of the cons of the USDA loan is that the debt ratios are tighter. And what I mean by debt ratios is how much of your monthly income goes to paying your debts, like car loans, credit cards, student loans, etc., and what the new mortgage would be. There's also geographical restrictions, meaning you have to live in a USDA approved area. And I'll put a link in the comments below and in the description where you can look up an address to see if it's USDA approved. The other thing USDA loans have are income limits, meaning your household income, if it makes too much based on your family size, you can't qualify. And they've just adjusted those, and I'll show you what the new ones look like. You cannot own any other real estate with the USDA loan, and you can't do a 2 to 4 unit like a duplex, triplex, or fourplex. If there is a mother-in-law apartment or an accessory unit apartment in the home, that's fine. That's still considered a single family home. But you cannot count the rents for qualifying. Non-owner occupied co-signers. So this would be getting a co-signer on the loan. That's not allowed in this type of loan. Okay. So here's some of the changes. This is a map of my county where I live. I want you to notice that the orangish area is where USDA is not allowed. And so places like Saratoga Springs and Eagle Mountain and Tooele, those who aren't from Utah will laugh that we say Tooele, but those areas were eligible. As of October 1st, that's changed. Here's some of the new restrictions. So Eagle Mountain, Saratoga Springs, and Tooele are now not eligible for USDA loans. So make sure that you check that. Even if in the past you thought your area was eligible, they've just updated the maps to the eligible areas. Let's look at the income. So when we look up the income, they will show you for a certain area. I'm in the Provo-Orem area. They'll show you what very low income, and then the moderate income guaranteed loan level is. And you can see that the columns are by family size, 1, 2, 3, 4 family size. So for Provo-Orem, our new income limit has gone up to $114,000 unless your family size is 5 people or more. So now it's jumped up to $150,000, and that's a nice jump. That's really good. For the Salt Lake City area, you can see that it's now $121,000 and then jumps up to $160,000. So plug in your address and it'll pull up and tell you, number one, what area geographically you're eligible for, And then number two, you can go to the other link and then check your county or city to see what the income limits are. All right, I want to run you through this comparison. I've given us a $500,000 purchase price, 740 credit score client, and I've compared that 5% down conventional, 3.5% down FHA, and 0% down USDA. I've highlighted some of the highlights or where they're best. So conventional has the lowest PMI, okay, and this is based on a 740 credit score. And they have 0 upfront fees. FHA and USDA do. So, but that's where they win. They have the highest down payment, $25,000, total monthly payment $34.36. But sorry about that. But if we look at FHA, down payment's lower, $17.5. The monthly mortgage insurance or PMI is higher at $220, and then you can see what the upfront is. That gets rolled into the loan. It's not an out-of-pocket at closing. Still saves $32 more than conventional because the interest rate is quite a bit lower, 6.75. And then there's USDA right here. 0 down payment. There is the upfront, it's rolled in, and then you can see where the monthly guarantee fee or the monthly mortgage insurance is. Still, with 0 down, it has the lowest monthly payment out of all 3 products, which is phenomenal. This is why we love USDA loans, is that 0 down, the best interest rate, best monthly payment. Now, I wanted to throw one more in there. If I was a client buying right now that could do a USDA loan, we're finding that sellers are giving concessions, or meaning they're giving money to help with closing costs or doing a temporary buy down. The temporary buy down is where the interest rate starts lower for year 1, then it steps up for year 2, and then for year 3 and the rest, it's at the permanent note rate. So a USDA 2-1 buy down would get you an initial start rate of 4.875 for year 1. Your monthly payment would be $28.18. That's $586 cheaper than the normal USDA or conventional. So that's your first year payment. I want you to be aware that you would have to ask the seller to pay for your 2-1 buy down, and that would cost, in this scenario, $11,589. That's what I would do. If I was buying USDA, that's the way to get a killer low payment. If you have any questions about USDA loans, we can do loans fit all 50 states. Please feel free to reach out to us. We're happy to help and get you some numbers or answer any questions you have about it. Best loan out there next to a VA loan. Thanks for watching.